And hello, one, hello, all. Welcome to those of you who are watching right before. Welcome back. Look! I found somebody else who wants to watch music too. Cody,
You
say
said we
hi.
were talking about chicken sandwiches. What the fuck
Oh,
is this
sorry.
music shit?
We're gonna do
What's
a
up,
food
people?
review. Cody Leach, also apparently killer switch, a kill switch engage.
And I'm out.
Hey, my week's. Can you tell my week's a kill switch engage fan? Tell me what your history with the band is.
I don't know a whole lot about their early stuff. The first Jesse Leach era.
Mm, mm,
I became a fan with Howard. I've never really been a big you know, Cookie Monster vocal. I don't know what the term is nowadays for it. There's so many different metal terms, metalcore, hardcore metal, and
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know. Anything with too rough of a vocal has never really appealed to me, but
really.
Killswitch Engage always had that nice kind of balance, and they were kind
Mm-hmm.
of my they're the farthest that I'd stretch in that direction, because they would have a little bit of that, but then they would balance it with really good vocals, like with the chorus and everything like that. So
And
it was
some of the
always
guitar stuff was kind of clean too at times.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So there was good riffs. It was always heavy. It had a nice melody to it. So yeah, I became a fan like in 2009, right around the time their self-titled album came out.
Mm-hmm.
I bought all three of the albums with Howard, and then as soon as I became a super fan, he left the band. So I was like, well, fuck. And I've heard a couple of things since they've gotten back with Jesse, and it seems to be a little bit more in line with what Howard did musically than I expected.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I haven't listened to him die hard since then. But if I'm under the correct impressions for what this video entails,
Mm.
it has my interest.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't seek music out. It just happens,
Hmm.
and I had a brand new car, and when you get a brand new Chevy, you get like 3 months of XM.
Mm.
And I certainly as fuck wasn't paying for it. But in those 3 months that I had XM, I would listen to their whatever their hard rock thing was, and Rose of Sharon played, and I'm like, well, this isn't terrible at all. I really can get down with this,
Yeah.
and looked further, and yeah, got down with a bunch of their music, and like you said, once Howard left, it was like, oh, okay.
Well, there's that.
that was a fun. Yeah. So Dennis is saying Jesse was only on the first two albums the first time around.
Yeah.
And what is this? This is the second album with Jesse again.
It's either the second or the third. I'm not
Mm,
sure.
yeah.
I got a little burnt when Howard left. So whenever the new guy came back, and I knew, from what I was told, the pre-Howard era was a lot more of the genre that I didn't really care for, like a lot
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
rough vocals. I kind of assumed the worst. But I haven't really given him a fair shot. So the one or two songs that they've released as singles were a little bit more in line with what I thought Howard's music was. So I probably should check them out. But
Mm.
I don't know. I'm scorned, so I haven't
Yeah.
gone back.
So in the chat they're talking about the two of us, and yeah, a lot of talk about music. So I brought it up in this moment thing. 2019 is, apologies to those who are coming explicitly for a kill switch reaction. You're gonna get a little bit more than that. Sorry, maybe you'll find it in the time code, but I'm just BSing with my friend right now, so you can go fuck yourself.
20
So,
watching, 16 watching, 14 watching.
4 watching.
And it's just Dennis.
So 2019, like, through different levels of music, like there's a band I listen to, Big Wreck, that never really got big. I would never call them hard rock. They're rock. They're they're just like a poppy rock band that I dig. That they got something new. Alice in Chains had something new forever ago. Tool, big. I mean, their decade, their once a decade release is coming in August. And I didn't know Alter Bridge. That's exciting.
Yeah, yeah. I'm seeing them at the end of September, and the new album drops October. So I've seen a lot of concerts this year. This is the most concerts I've seen in a year. I saw, let's see, where the fuck? I went to Rockville. I've seen, shit. Now I can't remember. Never mind. Forget what I said.
I've just been to concerts, okay?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I'm like, no, January. No, I did see Aaron Lewis earlier this year, the acoustic. And then there was Rockville. I had Queen that I just got back from.
Oh, that's right.
This past Thursday night. So
with Adam Lambert, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was cool. I got Alter Bridge coming up in a month. I came this close. October 31st, Halloween night. Sebastian Bach is coming to Savannah, Georgia, and he's playing the whole first Skid Row album with his solo band. But I have children. So I was like, oh, I get to be the asshole that abandons their family on October 31st and doesn't get to see anything. Or I can see this once-in-a-lifetime thing with Sebastian Bach, who might sound terrible. I don't know. So I kind of decided to be the good guy in that scenario and said, okay, I won't go.
Yeah, there was a couple, it's got to be years ago now, where Guns N' Roses was somewhere local, and I was like, $125 for not so great seats, and it's 2018 Axl Rose. I don't know. I don't. Yep. I don't know if I want to do that.
And these were only $30 tickets, so I was like, well, that's a no. That's shit. I'm going. And then I saw the date, and I was like, they'll be fine without me. And then I asked Holly. I was like, hey, is it going to be okay? She's like, yeah, it's fine. It's just, Holly's or Riley's really excited about Halloween this year, but it's okay. And I'm like,
do whatever you want. Oh, I know what that means.
It's like that meme. It's like, do whatever you want, and then it shows the guy says does whatever he wants, and then it shows, oh, so you choose death. And I saw Tremonti this year, not only at Rockville, but in January I saw him come to Savannah. So that's the other one. I was trying to think of what the fuck I saw in January.
Oh, you're a big Corey Taylor guy too, or are you just a Stone Sour guy? Because Slipknot just had a thing, right? Too.
90% of my fandom is Stone Sour. I do like Slipknot. I've kind of grown to like them a little bit more that I've listened to them. They're still a bit much for me overall. They have probably 6 or 7 songs that I really, really like, but like for whole albums, most of them, it's a lot of noise because they got like 9 band members, or at least they did.
8 drummers.
Yeah, a lot of percussion. There's a lot of different things going on, which is what people love about them. For me, it's just a bit much. But yeah, mostly Stone Sour. I'm a Stone Sour fanatic.
Okay. All right. And so they're talking about your gripe about Metallica with Lady Gaga. Was that before or after the Aaron Lewis thing? Because I remember you had an Aaron Lewis.
Before. This was a couple years ago. This is when I was doing the good, the bad, and the awesome, like my little monthly recap things. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was during the Grammys. Metallica was supposed to be the band playing, and then last minute they shoved Lady Gaga in there, and then they introduced Lady Gaga and didn't introduce Metallica, and then James's microphone didn't even work. So it was this whole shit show. On top of that, it was the same night that Megadeth finally won like Metal Album of the Year, and they play fucking Master of Puppets while he's going up to get the award. So it's a huge shit show where it's just like, metal gets about this much respect at the Grammys. Like they act like it's this niche little weird genre that they just have to kind of throw a bone, and it's like, bitch, look around in the summertime.
Yeah.
It's
Europe, like they have like these mix concerts where like you'll see Maroon 5, but then you'll see like all these crazy heavy bands. Like they just they'll throw everything together in Europe. It's really interesting. Like America's a little snooty about our hard rock and metal and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so. We're in separate locations, so we have to do this in a sort of synchronized fashion. So I need to make sure that you at home can see it. That is loaded. There's no black screen. I've got a dude ready to go raw here at all zeros.
Yeah.
On go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 3, 2. Wait. 3, 2. 1, go. I'm awake.
A weird ratio for a video. He leans on that a little bit much for me. Oh. His screaming's just so much cleaner.
Yeah. Yeah, you can hear what he's saying.
It always cracks me up how high the guitarist holds his guitar up. Like, usually metal's like famous for like extended, like down to the knees, and he's like.
God damn. So what? So is Howard officially, like, is he in the band now, or?
I haven't done any research, but I'm highly assuming that it's just a little thing for that song.
That sucks.
Because otherwise, it would be a much bigger deal.
Yeah.
Not saying that maybe the doors aren't open for the future, but you know, it's. To me, this is more of a statement to them saying, like a thing for the fans, like, hey, look who's back, and also kind of saying, at least for the video's sake, maybe they hate each other, and this is a total business thing, but they're like, hey, guys, we're cool. You know what I mean? Because most times you see bands that swap singers out, and there's always salt. You know what I mean? Like Judas Priest is the biggest one, where they get Ripper to come in, and they act like it's the greatest era, and a lot of people love it, a lot of people don't like it, and then they get back with Rob, and they're like, they just completely forget about him. So it's cool to see. It's cool to see both of them rocking out together. It just kind of draws attention to me how much better Howard is, though.
Dennis is clarifying Howard is not back. He still has his band Light the Torch, but notice the video doesn't say featuring Howard Jones. Interesting, Dennis. See, I can't help, like, when I think of two singers and nailing it, Lane Staley and Jerry Cantrell, like, if they could somehow figure out a way to do that, oh yeah, it's possible. It's fucking possible. Just
that'd be cool, like a little super group thing where, you know, like they trade off a couple songs on the album, but then they have 3 or 4 where they're together, and that'd make touring a little easier. Like when they do a Howard era song, that motherfucker comes out for a while. And
exactly right, exactly. Fuck. I don't know what their deal is, but you know, obviously it's, you know, you're right. It could be a PR thing. We know a little bit about public image. And so yeah, maybe there's a lot more going on behind the scenes.
Believe in the hype. Cody, have you ever been in a mosh pit? No. I have been on the outskirts of one, and I get pissed every single time that I'm near one. I don't. I don't like it. When I go to a concert, I go to watch the show. I go to hear the music. I don't like getting into the fucking throwing elbows and leaving with broken noses and shit like that. Like, I understand that's metal as fuck or whatever, but it's just... Yeah. I get pissed off when I'm at a concert and one opens right next to me. I'm like, fuck! Now I gotta avoid this shit the whole time. And then you try to watch the show, and then all of a sudden you get, like, tossed, like, 18 feet.
Oh, yeah.
We were at Rockville, and it had happened a little bit in this moment when we were watching them, because we got pretty close up. It wasn't terrible, though. Rob Zombie, however, was miserable, because the shit kept opening right next to me and my dad's the same way. Cannot stand it. So... every time a song would end, like the mosh pit would be here and we'd be here, and the song would end and we would travel over here and the mosh pit would move. And we're like, God damn it!
They're trying to leave!
Yeah, so by the last 3 songs of his set, we actually got mad and just bolted and just went on the outside and just stood by the merch table and watched the last 3 songs. So I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm old school. The last time I went to a standing concert, Limp Bizkit opened for the Deftones. That's how long ago this was.
The hell kind of a mashup is that?
Yeah, this was back when they were both that same sound, late '90s, and I purposely stayed near the wall. It's one of those venues that's tiny and just everybody's standing, and if there's a fire, everybody's fucked. It's one of those kind of places. And I'm just standing as close to the wall as possible, and I get like somebody's hand just bang across my fucking head, and I'm just like, guys, come on, man, this is like, I'm just trying to listen to the music, and you're just swinging shit. I'm glad that you're dancing or whatever it is that you think you're doing, but
oh man, the worst. This was like maybe 3 months into me and Holly's relationship, and she gets me concert tickets to Seether and Papa Roach in Atlanta. So we go up there, and Seether wasn't too bad. There was a couple of songs that people would push around a little bit, but it was like a 4 on the scale of 10. Fucking Papa Roach, when you got the singer saying, "I want to see the fucking pit now," and I was like, oh God. Holly is not like, especially at this time, this was like her first exposure to a rock show. She's a country girl and a little bit of hip hop and stuff like that. I was scared to death because like mosh pits are rolling up, and not only do I have to worry about protecting myself, I have to make damn sure nothing happens to her.
Yeah.
Because if it does, it's on me. And it's just, the whole show at that point was just like throwing up, like, stay back. And then after maybe 2 songs of that, we went to the back. We paid for VIP tickets to get early entry to get as close to the stage as possible. And I said, fuck that money. And we just got almost all the way to the back and just watched from the distance. And it was... yeah, that was the most dangerous concert I've ever been to, is Papa Roach, believe it or not.
There's horror stories where people like get absolute front row seats, and they'll get like up against the bar or the fence or whatever the fuck you want to call it, and like they would get like crushed sternums from being pushed up against the guardrail and all that stuff. And
yeah,
there's one video that, I don't know how many metal memes you watch on YouTube. There's one where the pit separates, and there's just one woman that's walking in between as it's all popping off, and then they zoom in on her, and she's got a little fucking baby, and it's just like, oh,
why?
Dude, I don't know. I need to find it. It's like a 5-second thing, and it's just like, what the fuck? And I don't know. I'm hoping the kid's okay. The mom's clearly a moron, but
yeah, that's like I'm not usually the one to little send the signal fire up, but I'm not usually the one. But dude, like, aside from the mosh pit shit, like, metal and rock concerts are loud. Like, how do you bring a baby to that? Grown ass men sometimes have a hard time the next day. They're like, what?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
for 2 hours, just like,
Yeah.
yeah, I know, whatever, bacon sounds good, sure, what? A 60-year-old guy died in a mosh pit. A 62-year-old guy died at a Slipknot concert recently.
Yeah, I saw that a couple days ago.
62, that, man. All right.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Yeah, it little too hardcore. I don't know. Have you ever felt the need to move that much to music like that?
I don't get the appeal of it, dude. I really don't. Like, I get, like, the hardcore shit, like Pantera back in the day. People just wanting to fucking leave with broken bones is, like, part of their experience. But, like, I just don't get the appeal of it. Like, nobody's watching the show. Nobody's listening to anything. You're literally running in a circle, smacking into each other, getting fucking elbowed, getting pulled off the concrete. And it's just, like, that doesn't sound fun without music.
Right.
But, like, you paid to get your ass kicked. What is the deal?
Yeah.
I'll never
can't
understand it.
I can't imagine if I'm fucking swinging and getting hit and shit. I damn sure know I can't hear things. So so what kind of experience is that? And then these fucking I want to see the mosh pit. Oh yeah, you do from the safety of the stage, do you?
Yeah.
Okay, pal.
Yep. He was the only singer I've ever had who's like, get that fucking pit going. I'm like, no! Rob Zombie was pretty funny, though. He actually stopped the song dead in the middle of it because I guess a guy was cussing out a guard. And he's like, this guy's job, his only reason to be here is to make sure you don't fall on your fucking head, Mr. Man Bun. And then put the song back on. Everybody was like, yeah! And then he bitched at everybody for having their cell phones out, which was even funnier. Which is another big pet peeve of mine when I pay to see a concert and the dude in front of me is like, and all I see is this shit. I'm like,
you're here, experience it.
Yeah, when I do it, I try to do it down here so I'm not blocking anybody's view, and I won't do the whole song, and I don't do every song. There's people that shit's out the whole concert.
Yeah, and up like this, like
yeah.
Fuck you, 3 rows back. I don't give a shit.
Yep.
Cody, have you ever been a Linkin Park fan?
Casual. They were cool when they first came out. I've liked a couple of their songs since then. I've never listened to a whole album. I've never bought an album. Yeah, very casual.
Surprised they don't stop mosh pits. Guess it's part of the charm of rock concerts. Sure. Some people pay for that experience. Like, genuinely, that's what they're going there for.
Yeah.
Blake says it makes more sense with extreme metal than hard rock. Mosh pits are like Seether. I don't understand that.
Yeah, Seether wasn't too bad. Papa Roach really, like, egged it on. I don't remember what songs. Like, it was the more heavier songs where it kind of merited it, but I'm with you. That's like when I go to an Alter Bridge concert, I'm like, this shit ain't gonna happen. If I see a mosh pit at Alter Bridge, somebody's fucked up.
Cannibal Corpse, Napalm Death, it fits more. Yeah, well, the names alone, you kind of get it on the ticket right there.
Satan's brethren, don't touch me.
Hell's asshole. Oh, this should be a nice show.
Honey, bring the kids. Let's
go. What's y'all's favorite decade of rock music? Ooh, rock?
That's really hard. It depends on my mood, man. I don't have a favorite. There's some days where I want to listen to nothing but, the 80s hair metal, if you will. Skid Row and Dokken and Warrant. There's days where I just want to listen to Alice in Chains all day long. There's days where I'm listening to Metallica and I mix all the fucking eras together. I mean, I don't really have a favorite.
Yeah, I guess if I go to one era the most, it's probably the 90s, and that's not saying it's my favorite. It's just it seems like most of the songs that I play the most are in that decade.
Yeah.
But just like Cody said, listen, I'm down for In My Dreams every now and again. A little Dokken, give me a little little this, a little that. Every now and again, shit, I'll fucking throw a Bee Gees song on every now and again too.
Hell yeah, CCR, let's go.
Fucking hey.
Have you seen the rain? I have, bitch. Let's go.
It all depends.
Yeah.
What am I feeling that day? Then I can answer your question. But
that's how I'm kind of the rock Nazi at work, because like there was like 2 years or almost a year and a half at work where I was forced to listen to everybody else's music, and everybody else listens to rap and country and 90s country and. Fucking dude was listening to Sinatra at one point and Christmas music, and it was just like
Christmas music.
Yeah, in July, and I'm like, stop. But I ended up.
This sucks in December. Why now?
I ended up buying the biggest speaker of anybody in my plane, and so now I share it. But I mean, there's more times where if nobody says anything, I just play whatever the fuck I want. And there's got to be thoughts where like, can we hear something else? And I'm like, oh, that's too much. Okay, now we're moving to 90s rock. So yeah, I kind of cover all of that.
Cody, have you ever been a fan of Disturbed?
Yeah, I was a huge fan of Disturbed. Probably through their first 4 albums, I was kind of a mega fan. Their 5th album, Asylum, kind of was their first miss for me. Then they went on a hiatus for a long time, and I thought that their what the fuck was it called? The album with like the pyramid. I can't remember the name of it, but that kind of got me back into them. I saw them live on that tour with Holly. And then this most recent album, I got through one listen of it, and I'm like, ugh. They hit it big with the Sound of Silence, and they're like, oh, okay, let's soften it up a bit. And it's called Evolution or something, but the single sounds like Cookie Cutter Disturbed. And I'm like, aren't you supposed to evolve with evolution? But Disturbed has got themselves in a little trouble because they have such a unique and such a distinct sound with David's voice. It's really hard for them to experiment a whole lot. You know what I mean? So after a while, Disturbed just sounds like more Disturbed.
Yeah. Disturbed. I like Disturbed, but it kind of falls in line to what I said the other video with that in this moment. It's kind of it's in its own lane. Like you'll never hear some crazy opera sound. Like the sound. A Disturbed song. They have that very Seven Dust. For lately, like the last decade, Seven Dust has a very samey sound to them. Which I mean, I like it, but you're not going to hear anything weird. They stay in their lane.
Yeah, which is one of the things that I've always argued for and respected about Metallica. Everybody loves to jump on Metallica's ass about the Black Album but even after that, Load and Reload kind of changing up the sound a bit. And Saint Anger I'll agree with. But, they're a band that have always kind of evolved and changed and experimented and done whatever the fuck they want with no fucks to give if anybody likes it. So I could respect that. I get a little bit burnt out with, the Seven Dusts and everything where it's like, new Seven Dust, and I play it and I'm like, did I click the wrong fucking song? I've heard this before.
Fuck. They gave me the wrong one. This is last year's. Oh, wait. Oh, no, it's not.
Yep.
Blake says, Hell's Asshole needs to be a crust punk band with an opening act called Crotch Goblin. Do y'all like 9 Inch Ice? Excuse me. Ice 9 Kills. I wanted to read 9 Inch Nails.
So did I. I've never heard of them.
Yeah, no, I'm not familiar. Favorite Rob Zombie song? I know the movie's meh, but I like Lords of Salem song.
I got to go with an oldie but a goodie, Dragula. That one always kind of has a good groove to it and gets me pumped up, and got to go with that one.
Or I might even go further back. Shit.
If we get into White Zombie, then that opens it up.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm thinking White Zombie. Yep.
Yeah. Welcome to Planet Dragula. Motherfucker and all that other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets a little different. You're right. Cody sounds like me around other people and their music. Okay. Turn up some Gabber at work. It'll go over well. What the fuck is Gabber?
I guess I'll find out Monday.
Rap is horrendous now. Those damn mumble rappers. Well, every genre has their own little black sheep, and I Outcast, should I say that? Is that a little bit better? Cody, why don't you like Corn?
It's not that I don't like them. I just never really.
Just put a little pepper on it, and
it's yeah. Back in the day, I didn't. They were a bit much for me. Now I just haven't had the energy to go back and listen to it as I've gotten older. I got a couple songs that I like. I like Right Now. That's a good one. Blind, I want to say, is a good one.
Yeah.
Freak on a Leash, I'm sick of hearing.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate when radio makes you not want to listen to a song anymore, and that I'm right there with you with that.
Yeah. Yeah, they're just. I just missed them, I guess. I don't know.
Somebody asked before about Creed. Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you.
Creed got a bad reputation because everybody branded them as Christian rock, which they never really were. There was just a lot of that in their lyrics. And because of Scott Stapp. And Scott Stapp's kind of a joke to be associated with, so that's why those guys moved on to other things. So the music has always been really good with Creed. There's a lot of really heavy stuff in their material that most people casually wouldn't realize.
Yeah.
And you can never tell me that those guys aren't phenomenal musicians, because if you listen to Alter Bridge, it's the same band.
I was just gonna say there's a if you just cut the vocals out, there's a very heavy Alter Bridge sound in Creed and vice versa.
Yeah.
Dennis says, easy to see who's more important in this video. Well, he has like 10 times as many subscribers, Dennis. We all know that. We don't have to address it.
I'm the guest.
You can't beat the first Disturbed album. That is pretty start to finish.
I would argue that 10,000 Fists is their best album.
Really?
Yeah. It's actually between 10,000 Fists and Indestructible for me, because you got The Sickness, which was kind of their big landmark, like, we're fucking Disturbed, and you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Then you got Believe, which toned it back a lot, was a lot more melody, a little bit more radio friendly. Yeah. And then you get 10,000 Fists, and it kind of brings it together as like this little, perfect meld of all that. Indestructible is kind of the same idea, just takes it a little more experimental with like solos and stuff like that. But yeah, 10,000 Fists was the one that really like made me a fanatic.
Yeah, I remember that first Disturbed album was the first time that like I heard like computer stuff in music and was like, oh, that's kind of neat. And I don't hate that. That's kind of cool. All right, so now you guys should check out Ghoul Town if you haven't heard of them. I haven't heard of them. I'll put them on the list.
Me either.
You guys like Nine Inch Nails, so I know I subconsciously read it somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like their version of Hurt, which is the original. The original.
Yeah, Hurt's good. Is it Closer? Is that the one that you hear all the time in like Seven and shit like that? I want to fuck you like an animal. That song, whatever it is.
Oh yeah.
I want to say it's Closer, but I could be wrong. But yeah, there's a couple songs by them that I know, but they're kind of in the Korn group. I just missed them, and I haven't had the energy to go explore.
Cody gets a lot of attention because we don't see him live 5 times a day like CP. Listen, I just started coming back, and I'm just trying to cleanse the week that was, and and it's fun to talk about something else. yeah. That this mud just is not coming out for some reason. Super Beast, Twisted Metal soundtrack. Okay, what's your favorite band, Cody?
Man, favorites are always so hard for me to nail down. I'll give you like a top 3 or 5. Alter Bridge, Stone Sour, Metallica, Stained, Judas Priest.
Ooh, okay. I'll go 3: Deftones, Alice in Chains, and Metallica.
Oh fuck, Alice in Chains. Yeah, damn. See, that's the thing about favorites is I say that I'm confident, and then you say Alice in Chains, I'm like, fuck, they gotta be in there. Alice in Chains is in there. Take your pick in the order of those 6.
Yeah. It's hard. It's are there music communities on YouTube the way there are like our movie, like
I don't know. I'm afraid to even bother with that.
I know.
I've done a couple of music-oriented videos,
Uh-huh.
and it's just fan bases in general today are just toxic, no matter what it is. So
Dude,
I
metal
don't.
is weird,
I can
too.
talk my way out of any argument with a movie. Music, it depends on the band, and I don't want to give a half-cocked opinion about a fucking Deftones record and have
Yeah.
the mob come after me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Dude, I that my first Ginger thing, I have more dislikes than likes, and they're all like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, man,
Well,
this,
it's like when you guys were doing the reviews for Lords of Chaos, I was like, nope, thanks.
yeah,
I'll just watch
yeah,
it.
man, yeah, and that was mostly like music people. It's like, guys, we're talking about the fiction, the movie, and the characters and the arc, the way it worked. But no, okay, you're right. You know, it's all bullshit. Never
Yep.
mind.
Yep. So I'm afraid to dip my toe any farther than I have. I'll give my reviews every once in a while, like I did my Godsmack review when that came out. I'll do an Alter Bridge review. I'll talk about music once here and there, a big news thing like I did with the Aaron Lewis defense video. But I'm not.
That was awesome.
I'm
That
not
was
trying
awesome.
to. I'm not trying to do a Cody Leach music sister channel, nor a food review channel.
Oh, see now, that I know exists because
Oh, I know too because I watch a lot of them.
yeah, I stumbled across like, wow, but really, we're gonna review a Big Mac, okay?
Yeah,
All
it's
right, cool.
hilarious because like when we see like a screener is available for like a new movie, we're like, oh shit, we got to get on it. And these
Yeah.
guys, they'll see an advertisement like, oh shit, Wendy's got a new burger, we got to go. And I'm like, man,
Burger King's putting different lettuce on their fucking fish sandwich. I'm down. Here
Yeah.
we go, live reaction.
yeah, cue it up. Here we go.
Least favorite rock bands.
Guns N' Roses.
Oh.
That's definitely up there for me.
Oh,
Guns N'
Nickelback.
Roses.
Nickelback.
Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah. So you got Nickelback, and it's
one's
funny
easy.
because I'll give small explanations for some of my least favorites. So we'll start with Nickelback. Nickelback, I was a fan of at one point. I actually thought they were a pretty good little post-grunge hard rock kind of sound to them for a while. It was up until All the Right Reasons or something where they had like a big single that was like a sex song. And then after that, they had to insert sex into like half their record. And then they started like cutting their hair and looking real glammy. And then on top of that, they started to get real poppy after that, where like everything was radio. There wasn't a whole lot of edge left. Then you add the fucking unbearable ego of their singer.
Fucking A, man.
And that's where it kind of cut off for me, where I'm like, look, because I did a Nickelback video. You know of it. But I did a video where Chad Kroeger was throwing shade at Corey Taylor and getting all the facts wrong about how Stone Sour came about. Stone Sour was like a Nickelback light or something that he said. So I made a defense video for that, which was a lot of fun. But right around that same time, they came out with a new album, and I listened to a couple songs of it, and it was actually a little heavier. And I was like, this isn't bad. And then I saw that, and I'm like, fuck you, I'm never listening to you ever again. So that's mostly on their singer. Guns N' Roses, I'm just fucking tired of hearing the same 5 songs over and over and over again. Like, anytime you turn the radio on, every 8th song is either Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, Paradise City, or November Rain. And November Rain I can't stand regardless. The other 3 I just get sick of hearing.
It's another song that got ruined for me too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it, but all right.
They have great songs that never get played. Night Train, fucking...
That whole first album's
most
pretty
of the first
good.
album, yeah, exactly.
My Michelle,
Rocket Queen.
Rocket Queen, yeah.
You Could Be Mine. Like, they have good songs, but they never play them. So I hate them because I'm sick of hearing of them. Volbeat is a new band that a lot of people like nowadays, but I just can't stand the singer. That he does this roll thing with his tongue, and every time I hear a song by theirs, it's like nails on a chalkboard for me.
Oh, Dennis,
I can't
Dennis just
describe
told me
it.
they're Danish. The Danish, they speak through the middle of their mouth. That might be why that sound is coming out.
That might be. It's weird for me. I can't put my finger on it. I would have to describe it while we were listening to it, which I don't want to do. I can't think of any more really. Those are the big 3 that I'm like, next.
Yeah. I liked Nickelback. What was it? Too Bad? Is that one of their songs? It's so bad, or whatever the fuck. That was pre 9/11. Then what's his face did a song with the fucking Hero song, and
Spider-Man, yeah.
yeah, that was played everywhere, and I was like, I don't want to hear any of this ever again. And for some reason, like, I just mentally said, if he's singing, I don't want to hear it ever again.
Dennis is fact checking me. They may be around forever, Dennis, but they're new as far as I'm concerned, because it's only been in the last 3-4 years that I see their name everywhere. So I'm either just now catching on, or maybe they're just now kind of getting appeal over here in the States. I don't know.
Dice says, I used to listen to Evanescence and Within Temptation in my early teens. Evanescence is a band that was with 2 albums and then just fucking fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, something like that. Like, they had the big entrance, which that song was in like every movie in the early 2000s.
Oh yeah.
And then they had a second album that was, I think it was a little more theatrical, and then they kind of fell off the face of the earth. And then like maybe 6 or 7 years ago they came out. What the fuck was the name of that song? I can't think of the name of it. She came out with like a new album, and there was a single that was actually pretty damn good. It had a little bit of a good heavy beat to it. But even after that, I'm like, I've never heard of them again. Then Hailstorm came out, and now they're kind of the female rock group to have your eye on. So. Oh
yeah, I know who you're talking about. They release like a cover album every year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. They're awesome.
Yeah, they're really good. I've seen them live twice. That chick can fucking sing her ass off.
Is there a band that you like that you feel like not many people know about and are frustrated about it?
Alter Bridge, Tremonti, which is the guitarist for Alter Bridge, his like side project that's a lot more metal. Yeah, those two frustrate me that not enough people know about them, because I think they're among the best music you're going to hear today, and they're certainly among the best musicians out there today that they don't get enough credit. There was a band that I saw open up for Stained and Godsmack and Hailstorm back in like maybe 2011, 2010, called Man-Made Machine. And my experience with opening bands is there's maybe been 2 my entire life where I listen to them and I'm like, I want to check them out. Usually it's either, okay, when's the show starting? Or 1 or 2 of them where I'm like, oh my God. That band kicks serious ass. Like, they had an EP album that I downloaded after I got home from that concert that was really good. Then they released another EP. Then they released a 5-song release or something online. And then they broke up because they never got any traction. So I'm like, fuck. Like, I would listen to them and I'm like, this beats 90% of the shit that I hear on the radio today, but nobody knows about them.
Yeah, that's Dark New Day for me. Dark New Day was I don't know if you call it a super group. There was members of Seven Dust, Scrape, a couple of other people in it, and they were around for 2 albums and never got traction. It was just like, fuck. Yep. That's frustrating. And the band I brought up before, the Canadian band Big Wreck, they're more mainstream rock, but fucking, I like it. I just wish more people heard of them.
Yeah.
Gabber is a Dutch electronic music that is ridiculously heavy. Crank up some Anger Fist. Okay. Rammstein-y? Is it fair to make that comparison? Soul Asylum, Alice in Chains, Nirvana.
Never been a Nirvana guy. I know that's a very unpopular statement. I like Come As You Are. I love that song. Beyond that, I'm not a fan. If I'm going to listen to grunge, I'm listening to Alice in Chains. For me, they always kind of transcended that genre a bit. I can do Stone Temple Pilots. A couple of their songs I like. Not a big Pearl Jam fan either. So
have you heard Stone Temple Pilots now?
Without what the fuck is the singer? I can't remember his name.
Since the passing of I'm trying to buy time too for his name. Wow. Scott Weiland. Scott
Weiland. Yeah. No, I have not.
So they did a journey. Stone Temple Pilots is out with this guy who sounds like Scott Weiland, and they re-released Piece of Pie, and was just like, well, this is fucking, this is weird. Like, why are you recovering a song that was done by a dude with a dude that sounds like the dude, but you guys were, Interesting shit. I definitely bumped some Human Clay back in the day. Dude, Creed, we're far enough away where it should be okay to not hate them again. Like,
dude, Weathered is their third album. Weathered's got some kick-ass songs. They did a reunion album, like, in between album 2 and 3 of Alter Bridge, called Full Circle, which is the heaviest shit that they've ever done. Like,
really?
If it wasn't for if it wasn't for the fact that Scott Stapp was a whack job, we would have gotten more Creed. Because they mended fences with him. They did the reunion tour. They did the reunion album. It's one of their best and certainly their heaviest album. But Scott Stapp was expecting them to drop Alter Bridge completely upon their reunion. And the whole tour, he kept asking Tremonti, like, hey, so what are we going to do this next album? And he's like, bro, I got Alter Bridge stuff I got to do once we wrap up this tour. And he kept telling him, and apparently, I guess he got pissed off about it. And they parted ways again. Then he had his whole, like, meltdown a couple years after where he was going to kill himself and all this other shit. So he's got like a solo album now, I guess, where he's supposed to be good again, I guess. But I don't know. He's just such a weird guy that you can never get the temperature on him. So I just think that they've got way too much going on, especially they haven't released even a mediocre album with Alter Bridge. You got Tremonti that's on there. They just released their 4th album. I mean, these guys just constantly write, record, tour. There's no room for Creed right now.
Balance those meds.
Yeah.
If you got issues, you got to balance those meds. What about 30 Seconds to Mars? Early stuff, I'm down with 30 Seconds to Mars.
That's the one with Leto, right?
Yep.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah.
The name does not entice me. It sounds a little Maroon 5-y.
Just got a number in it. Relax. What about Dragon Force? I'm not familiar.
No, those are the guys that had that song that everybody was flipping out about on Guitar Hero.
One of those.
One of
those numbers. I see.
Yeah.
Arthur says Stained. Ew. Okay.
Bitch.
What happened to Stained, Cody?
Aaron Lewis went solo and has been extremely successful with it, but I think we're on the cusp of a reunion because they have either it just happened or it's about to happen, a big festival like in Kentucky that they're doing their first show together in fucking like 7 or 8 years or something like that, maybe not that long ago. And I think that they're kind of having conversations now about getting back together. So they didn't like break up. There wasn't any bad blood. It's just Aaron went to go do something else and had a lot more success with it than I think he thought he was going to. So he's kind of been riding that for a while and doing very well with it, while the guitarist has been in a band called Saint Asonia with the singer from 3 Days Grace, which is also really good. And they're about to release their second album. So they've just been busy with other things.
Yeah, those early 2000s bands got it exploded and everybody just kind of purged. Like I remember Break the Cycle was a big deal right around the time when Godsmack, their second album had come out, that greenish cover. I forgot the fucking title. Awake, yeah. And it was just like this is getting too popular, and sure enough, everybody just. We're done. What do you got for us? Let's talk about Britney. Metal fan bases in particular can be so over-the-top aggressive. I tend to steer clear of that shit, even though I love metal music. I agree with you.
Shit, just the fucking titles alone, like Metallica's a great metal band. They're not a metal band. They're a progressive hard rock experimental band. And it's like, motherfucker, it's rock and metal. Quit diluting shit, all these titles. And
I just said I like it. Does it matter what the fuck it is? Fuck.
Oh yeah. Like I've had so many. I think I was talking about Godsmack once, and I used the term hardcore in my paragraph that I was speaking about, and they're like, "The fuck hardcore with Godsmack?" And I'm like, "Oh, here we go. What do you listen to, Satan?
It's emo core, post emo core grunge.
Yep.
There's lots of music communities, but lots of snobbery. Oh, I'm shocked. I'm
every community nowadays. Like we keep talking about like what's worse, the Star Wars community or the Marvel community or the DC community or the metal community. I'm like, they all pretty much are a bunch of fucking whiny bitches.
Yeah, loud keyboard warriors all suck. How about that? Yeah. Just bought my first Priest vinyl yesterday. Good for you, Beth.
Which one?
Yeah. Which one? I like Metallica, but they're overrated for me. I don't see it. Ooh.
I can respect that. I mean, they're the biggest band ever. I don't think you can even argue that. So if you don't think they merit being the biggest band, it's easy to call them overrated. It's not an insult.
Do you like the Gorillaz?
Never heard of them.
The lead singer from Blur.
Never heard of
Doing
them.
some of that. Oh wow, yeah. Emily's a big fan of Gorillaz. You want to get her going, talk to her about Gorillaz. Gorillaz are solid. Don't lie, CP. You jumped on that Burger King Nightmare King wave. Yeah, I did, and it cost me my gallbladder.
I give that decision a 3.4.
Dennis says his faves are Il Nino, Breaking Benjamin, and In Flames. Oh, In Flames, yeah. Mudvayne's in there too. Yeah, you'll never see them together again. Best of luck with that. Commercial radio has ruined so much music.
Yeah.
Volbeat knew what the fuck. They've been around for years. Dennis. Actually, better bassist for Metallica, Jason Newsted or Cliff Burton?
Oh man, that's hard to say because you can't fucking hear anything that Jason recorded in any of those albums. Like, it's hard to say, man. Like, because Cliff Burton was like a big people look back on that guy like he was an innovator. He's part of the reason why that band kind of kicked off. But we never really got to see a lot of what he could do because he was only three albums and then he got killed. Jason Newsted is an awesome bassist, and all of his recordings, for the most part, especially the earlier stuff, got drowned out. So there's not really any evidence of his genius, if you will. And I think he did most for the band. I'll say that he was with them for their most success, and I will give him credit for some of that.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say, man. I'm not a bass player, so it's hard for me to tell the difference. But
from what I understand, Cliff played with his fingers and Jason was with a fucking pick, which is odd for bass. I think. I'm not incredibly well versed.
Same.
I could not stand Volbeat until I heard them live. All right. Better singer, Marilyn Manson or Rob Zombie?
I don't know enough Marilyn Manson to judge, and I haven't seen him live. I will just say this about Rob Zombie. He's not the best singer live, but he puts on one hell of a show. Yeah. So you don't even care if he hits the notes or not. You're just having a blast. And his music is kind of like his movies. He just does what he wants. He's not trying to win Grammys. He's just fucking doing his thing. So Marilyn Manson was always a bit out there for me when he first came out. He posing with the dick tucked and stuff like that. So I never really, I never listened to him much, but I have heard a few songs, newer songs of his that I like. So I can't really say.
Lacuna Coil is Evanescence perfected if you enjoy that sound. I'm familiar with Lacuna Coil. I sort of agree with that. What about Scrotum Shoes? Are we just making up names now because...
Dick Laces.
Scrotum Shoes. Is that really a thing? Cody, have you ever heard of Dizzy Miss Lizzy?
No.
That is a Danish band that I would know nothing about until I met Dennis, and they're all right. I don't hate them. I've used their music in some of my shit. So, whatever band opened for Stone Sour on their last tour was god awful. I was counting the minutes.
The worst opening band I ever heard was the first time I went to see Godsmack in 2008, and they got a rockabilly band to open.
Ooh.
And I'm not kidding. Like, this is not like a statement of ignorance because I don't really know the genre much. Like, people will say, like, oh, that rap songs all sound the same. It literally sounded like they played the same song for 45 minutes. It got to a point where the singer's like, all right, we're going to slow it down for a bit. And everybody's like, thank Christ, a different sound. And they go, 1, 2, 3, 4. And they went right in the same beat. And we're like, fuck. So that was the most miserable one where I was actually pissed. Like, why would you hire these fucking people? I don't know who makes that decision, but this is miserable.
Hold on. All right, so Dizzy Miss Lizzy was the last question. Tony Movie 9.99 in the super chat. Thank you. Hi, I know this is off topic, but will your next streaming be about Disney and what you would like them to do with the Fox properties? Thank you for asking in that fashion, Cody. Will we be discussing Disney in our next public?
It depends on the timing, because there's still a lot of creative things that we're trying to work out before we go live officially.
Yeah.
Not to say that you won't see stuff like this where we're just kind of hanging out until then, but our first like official stream, I don't know the timing on it. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of news between now and then as this develops, especially with Spider-Man. So it's probably not going to leave the consciousness until then. If it's still relevant, we'll talk about it. If it's yesterday's news, we might not.
Yeah. So what I know of, Disney did their thing yesterday, and apparently there was some Star Wars footage that was shown. So I'm assuming we're getting a trailer for that somewhere around the corner. So they
dropped the poster today. It's like a silhouette kind of the Emperor, and then you got Rey and Kylo smaller fighting. And they said that in the footage, everyone got talking because there's a scene where Rey is wearing a black cloak and a double-sided red lightsaber unfolds. So I think it's dick teasing, to be honest with you. But but yeah, I don't know. I'm very emotionally removed from Star Wars at this point.
I'm not.
You're not?
I'm not here. I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's go.
No. No.
Yeah. I'll swallow. I will swallow. But Tony, Show Business is a show that we talk about movie news every Monday night. It was Wednesday. It was a couple of days ago. We sort of discussed the situation with Spider-Man, but that doesn't really talk about Fox. But we might get to it, because if it's tough. This movie news moves really quickly, and it some of it just gets lost in the shuffle. Because I know they said something about redoing Alien, and that is an interesting concept. Disney approaching Alien.
I don't know if this is fake or not, but somebody just sent me a link of a Netflix trailer for the Breaking Bad movie. So I don't know. It looks legit. El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie. So it's probably a teaser. That's all it is, the teaser. 1 minute teaser. So that's rolling.
Yep. Music title. See, this is what happens when you make something music titled and fucking other shit.
Fuck!
Yeah.
We'll be back.
All right, so let's try to catch up. I love Big Rec. Thank you, Anthony Walls. I've never heard anybody ever mention Big Rec other than members of Big Rec. But it's good to see somebody else knows them. Anyone in here like Florida Georgia line?
No.
I don't even know what that is. Stone Temple Pilots kicks ass. I hate.
Not for you.
Yeah, Florida Georgia line. Somebody hates them. Okay. No. Do you like Cheeks Full of Fudge? I can't tell if are these band
just
names
crazy enough to be real?
I know, Stubborn Toe. Oh yeah, the great album. Queen or Pink Floyd? Ooh, Queen or Pink Floyd? Come on. And how high are you before you answer that question?
The songs that I love by Pink Floyd, I do love more than the songs that I love by Queen. However, there are more songs by Queen that I love. So that's a tough one. One.
I would say the opposite.
I'll give the pubic hair edge to Queen.
I'll give a little bit more of a pubic hair edge to Queen. I like Pink Floyd. I get down with a lot of their music, but Queen just hits so hard. Like some of their shit, like some of their like I can probably fill a CD. Mm-hmm. You kids out there, we used to be able to only put 74 minutes worth of music on.
That used to piss me the fuck off. I'd have the best playlist ever, and it's like, you are overbid. I'm like, God damn it! If I move this, then this one doesn't flow.
Yeah,
it was an art.
Yeah. I could put together a pretty mean Queen playlist that packs a punch. Pink Floyd is solid.
That set list they played last night was like about as good of a playlist. Yeah, it was the first two songs I didn't quite know. I will admit that, but then they pretty much it was hit for hit for hit for hit. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's easy to do. They filled out 2 hours of music with hits. So
Did they play Somebody to Love?
Yes. They played pretty much every song that you would ask, did they play this? Yes, they did. They played Somebody to Love. They played Tie Your Mother Down. They played Fat Bottom Girls. They played, what's the one, I Love My Car or whatever, where the drummer sings. They played fucking Radio Gaga. They played Bohemian, We Will Rock You, Champions. They played I Want It All, or I Want It Now.
I just want it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because Somebody to Love, like, there's some of their stuff. I remember Freddie Mercury said that I forgot where I saw it. Like, playing it live was like it was one thing to do it in the studio. It was another thing to do it with a couple of beers and cigarettes in your system. It was just like, oh, all right, Freddie Mercury's saying he's having a hard time with a song live. So,
yeah,
interesting. It's a shame that Velvet Revolver didn't last. Should have worked.
I was never a fan.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have worked now anyway. Already one of them's dead. Again with Necrogoblicon. I'll have to look into them. But yeah, Scott has started making music himself again. Oh, I'm way behind. Greta Van Fleet, good band. You mean Led Zeppelin too? Give me Queen all day, every day over Pink Floyd. Fake ass Led Zeppelin. Yep, now they're all talking about. I thought Stapp was an Art of Destruction.
I don't know that.
Okay. Milli Vanilli for the win. Anybody like Static X? You fan of Static X, Cody?
Who?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, he's no longer with us as well. Have you guys heard of Satan Kick? I swear to God, I can't tell if you're joking or not anymore.
They ran with that little 2-minute stretch there.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Five Finger Death Punch?
Nada.
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
5 Finger Cover Punch. I don't.
Ooh, shots fired.
I don't mind their cover of Blue on Black. I can listen to that one. But all of their hits seem to be covers, and that says something.
Yeah, that was Disturbed for a little bit there too. Oh no, I'm confusing Disturbed with Non-Point. That's
yes. Non-Point.
All right, make your own music now. That's cool. You got your single to sell your albums, but anyone like Six Finger Bitch Smack?
Be a hell of a cover band.
Yeah. Where'd I go? Oh wait. Oh hey, Linzo. Linzo's in the chat. You kids don't have anything better to do? No. There's nothing better than this, Lindsay. Yeah, you tell her. Any Days of the New fans? Oh, Days of the New. That's that. They played acoustic, right? Days of the New. Isn't that who that is? I think I'm familiar with them. I might be wrong. Is Def Leppard the band that has come with the... Wait, is Def Leppard the band that has the one-armed drummer that was awesome? Yes, that is accurate. Oh, they're good. Littlest on the mend, being a newborn. Mommy talk. Typo negative. Yes. Hope you enjoy 10-minute songs, because that's what you're getting from Typo. And some deep, deep singing. Marilyn Manson's Cry Little Sister cover is pretty good in my opinion.
It's okay. I've heard better covers of that song.
I love Killswitch, and The Signal Fire is one of their best tunes. Yeah, we were talking about that forever ago. Apologies.
Yesterday.
Yeah. Which rock band do you want a biopic movie
Metallica.
of?
Even though I don't... Well, it's a hard question. I don't... As much as I love Bohemian Rhapsody, I do love that movie, and I stand by that. I don't want to see a Metallica movie that Metallica can control.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to see the dirt, and I don't want I don't want James and Lars looking like martyrs through the whole movie. So I would love to see a Metallica biopic. Alice in Chains would be a fantastic one, and I think that it would be similar to Freddie Mercury. They might shield a little bit of the drug abuse, but
Dude, those songs are about fucking heroin, though. Like,
yeah, I know.
Like
That's why I think it would be a little bit where they're like, look, it's there. We got to embrace it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of one with a lot of drama that would be great for a story.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'd like a Lane Staley
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
And get real. Third act is really grim because
Hmm.
fucking guy just literally he was dead for 2 weeks. How do you go from rock star to dead for 2 weeks before somebody notices like that? That's highs and lows.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but yeah, yeah, you'd need something to chew on with fights and stuff like that, breakups and
Hmm.
yeah,
And there's
Metallica would be good.
yeah, there's a ton of it in Metallica. There's a ton of stories they could tell, and I don't want them to do the Motley Crue route where they stop it in 1990 when the Black Album comes out and says we were great from then on.
Yeah.
Everything was perfect.
Yeah, 25 years has passed and we're cool now. What? Cody,
AC/DC. Somebody said AC/DC, not related to that question, but that'd be a good one. Go ahead. Sorry.
Cody, did you ever spin that vinyl I sent you? That's from Beth.
I have. Thank you. She sent me the Cry Little Sister single.
Oh. Rob Zombie's I'm Your Boogeyman.
Cool.
December can't come fast enough. I think that's in reference to Star Wars. I agree. Motley Crue, top to bottom, might have the most talented band. Ha. He top to bottom most talented band.
We can move past that one. I don't know. If, I would.
Have you heard 6 a.m.?
I would respectfully suggest to reevaluate that statement. But,
yeah, top to bottom.
Motley Crue kicks ass, but I mean,
I know I'm with you. I don't know if there are 4 A+ in that band.
No, dude, no. I mean, look, look, Vince Neil alone takes them out of the conversation for that. I love the dude, but I mean, he was never good live.
They have 1 or 2 tunes. I don't mind. I wanted to like it. I love his covers. Didn't really find it hard to float. Shit, they're talking about something else. Anything Glenn Danzig for me.
I think she was in reference to the Cry Little Sister thing. So.
Oh, okay. Anyone a fan of Bad Wolves?
Never heard of him.
Oh, no, Lindsay. I partied with Ian Thornley like 10 years back. He's as douchey as you'd imagine. I wouldn't imagine him to be douchey. Also, you're not his type. Perhaps he would have a better time with me. I'm just saying your little girly tricks wouldn't work on our boy Ian Thornley, but I digest.
Lindsay, you think everybody's douchey?
Well, he's not smitten to her charm. That's part of the problem. He don't like them girls. He like.
Were you in a group of 4 and he called you the 3? Was that what happened? Because I understand.
Love you, Lindsay. I thought the Butthole Surfers were a fake band for the longest time. Yeah. Show Must Go On. Queen, favorite band.
Yeah, they played that one too.
No one really talks about David Bowie that much. I dig his music. Love him some fame and Space Oddity. Yeah. David Bowie or Queen?
Queen.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Admittedly, I haven't dove into Bowie's stuff much, but the little bit that I've heard, I would lean on Queen hard. That's more my type of music. Zakk Wylde's
Black Label Society.
I was a huge fan of them for a while. I kind of dropped
off. Limp Bizkit sucks! Sorry.
Black Label Society, I jumped on their train when they came out with Mafia. And I was a huge fan of them for like a good 3-4 years. And it's a very heavy, it's all Zakk Wylde. So it was cool, but it started to sound a little samey after that, where they kind of, you could feel the shtick starting to run a little thin, so I kind of dropped off for a bit. But he played pretty damn good at Rockville. Fucking dude looks like a Viking that got transported to our time.
Anyone like plungers full of suction? Manhammer, your jokes are. You get the award. Yeah. Stabbing Westward did acoustic too, I believe. Stabbing Westward, they came and went really really quick. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of it's a little weird, a little experimental, but he's got some phenomenal music.
Lindsay says, go ahead.
Was actually before I see King Douche Leech. Okay, as soon as I start to get my train of thought, she fucks it up. Good job. Before I did my movie review channel, I had a music cover channel where I would play acoustic and sing. And actually, what the fuck was the name of the song? Tom Petty, "You Got Lucky." That was the first song I ever did. So that kind of kicked that off. Little known fact, and no, none of those videos exist anymore, unfortunately. I wish they did.
I mean, all these bands are great and all, but can we talk about NSYNC? No.
Penalty box. 5 minutes.
Slayer, fucking love them. Congrats on your baby, Lindsay. Thank you, Zach. Black Label Society. Yep. Heroin in Chains. Hey. Take it easy with the Alice in Chains stuff. Every song was like an ode to heroin in Alice in Chains. Van Halen would be epic. Yeah. Which version? Better singer, Lane Staley or Chris Cornell? Oh.
Lane Staley.
Oh. I'll agree. It's close.
Lane Staley didn't get enough time to experiment the way that Chris Cornell has, so it's a little bit of an unfair comparison. But if you're going to go from 1990 to 2001 he died or something like that, if you're going to go Chris Cornell from that era, I don't think it's even a competition.
Yeah, I think Cornell has a higher register,
Yeah.
which whatever that's worth. But Lane, when you got smooth, you got smooth. Fuck it. Guns N' Roses, Ozzy, and Sabbath by Epic. You said Alice in Chains.
Ozzy would be interesting.
Yeah. Full. Don't hold back. Guns N' Roses, so we can hear their songs so 1 trillionth time.
Guns N' Roses would be a terrible biopic. What is it? We have one album that we've fucking lived off of for the past 30 years. Yeah. We broke up because our singer's a whiny bitch, but they're not going to put in the movie. They're going to make it look like he was right.
Yeah.
And then we got back together and played the same fucking album again for a couple more years.
You cannot make a Guns N' Roses album if Axl Rose is still alive and has any piece of that, because there's no way you're getting the real.
Yeah. Wow, Slash story. Was such an asshole. I didn't realize it. Well, maybe not now. I don't know. Maybe
man, the whole band left him. What a bunch of bullies.
I didn't ask them to leave. Just putting that out there.
Fucking terrible. What am I up to? Are you guys fans of Two in the Pink, One in the Stink? Well, Cody was just talking about Shocker on his latest video, so check that out.
I thought it was like this. Maybe that's why I didn't get a good reception.
Is it 4 in the Stink and the thumb for the rest?
I was doing the bowling ball. I don't know what's going on.
Any Clash fans? I'm not well versed in Clash.
You lost me.
You're King Douche Leech and Thornley loves Thornley more than everyone as a collective. We'll just say that. Also, I was dating his friend, so it wouldn't matter if I was his type. Well, I'm just saying he likes penis, not vagina. That's all. It hurts hearing that.
Catch me up on who Thornley is.
So Ian Thornley is the lead singer of Big Wreck.
Okay.
They were a band in the late 90s. They split up, and then he started a band called Thornley. Very Scott Stappy. And then one of the members of Big Wreck came back, and then Big Wreck started again. But this guy, he's the lead singer, also the lead guitarist. Yeah, what Lindsay's saying isn't too far-fetched. I've never seen, I'm open to learn, but I've never seen somebody who sings and also is the lead guitarist for solos and shit. But he did it all in that band, and
Mark Tremonti.
Does Mark Tremonti sing in his band?
Yep.
All right. We'll see. There it is.
And he sings well.
Ha. Okay.
There's even a couple Alter Bridge songs where he has taken vocals, so you can get a little preview if you just listen to Alter Bridge. But in Tremonti, he goes much more the thrash metal route, but he also keeps that kind of Creed Alter Bridge, a little bit more mainstream sound in parts of it. So he kind of covers all bases. He can get heavy with his voice, and he can also be like a little bit more melodic. But yeah, surprisingly, I'll say he's a pretty damn good singer for somebody that has made a career not singing.
Tears for Fears.
I know a couple songs, but that's I know the hits. That's about it.
Yeah, right. Drowning Pool, first 2 albums was awesome.
I never got into Drowning Pool much, and they never had a consistent sound because they had a different singer for every album. Because their first singer, I think, killed himself or something. I could be getting these facts wrong, so don't shout at me. But I think one singer killed himself, the other singer left the band, and then they had a third singer. So every album sounds like a different band.
Aren't they Let the Bodies Hit the Floor?
Yeah, that's the one that kind of blew them up, and that's kind of played to death.
Yeah, I'll say. That's like for everything. When that was on a trailer for some horror movie, and I was like, ugh. Fuck.
The best memory I have with that song was when I was like 19. A good friend of my family that lived in the same neighborhood as us was throwing like a big party for his wife, and he had a band come and play. They played a bunch of covers or whatever, and they got the cops called on them about maybe 7 songs in. The cops came and said, "Hey, we're getting a noise complaint." They said, "All right, cool. Just for reference, how long does it take you guys to get back if you get a second call?" So the guy let him, all right, just turn the music down. He said, "All right, guys, we're good for 4 more songs. Go ahead." And as soon as the cops left or whatever, the singer they started playing the whole song, but the singer goes, "Let the neighbors hit the floor. Let the neighbors." And then they played the song that way, and it was fucking awesome.
That is pretty fucking awesome. CP Days of News, the acoustic rock band. First 3 albums are amazing. I'm familiar with some of their stuff. They did a good cover of The Chain by Fleetwood Mac, if that's the same band. Alice in Chains is one of my favorite bands. CP, don't worry. I'm not worried. Have your opinion. It's fine. It just got me in the feels. Fuck Guns N' Roses. Axl's such a king douche. No, Ian Thornley's a king douche. Lindsay already said it.
Yeah, he's queen douche.
Chris's solo is the best he did.
I actually didn't get into his solo stuff more. I actually think that Audioslave was his best music. That might not be a popular opinion. I love Soundgarden, don't get me wrong, but Audioslave, especially that first album, like that's one of those you can listen to it start to finish albums. There's not many of them. And Audioslave's first album is that. So I've always, that's, obviously he died, but that was always one of those bands where I was like, come on, get back together. You haven't done shit with Rage Against the Machine since you broke up. Let's go.
Dude, he did, what did he do right before he died? He did a tour with, I'm assuming, members of Temple of the Dog and Mad Season, and did all of those tracks. And knowing that he ultimately dies months later is, but he did Lane songs for the Lane Mad Season songs and the Temple of the Dog stuff. So. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to narrow down Chris Cornell's stuff, and he's a fucking good singer. Yeah, all of it's good. What the fuck? Hey, Cody, you a fan of Def Leppard?
Casual. Some of it's a little soft for me, but I like the hits. I like Hysteria. I like Rock of Ages and stuff like that. I haven't really explored albums too much, but when I'm playing like an '80s playlist, if Def Leppard comes on, I don't skip the song. So
very, very well produced music.
Yeah.
Tear Away by $2. Thank you. Believe in the hype. Tear Away by Drowning Pool or My Own Summer.
Are they both songs by Drowning Pool?
No.
Tear by Drowning Pool or My Own Summer?
My Own Summer is a Deftones song.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with either one.
Oh.
I know a little Deftones, but I don't know My Own Summer.
You wasted $2. I'm going to tell you that because you should know that for me at least, my answer is absolutely My Own Summer. Tear Away by I Don't Care About Anyone Else But Me. I'm a little tone deaf too, as you can tell.
Yeah.
I think that's the song. I think that's the Drowning Pool song you're talking about, but still, My Own Summer, FTW, against a lot of music that you'd kind of be shocked by.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone like The Darkness?
There's a lot of things with that title. I'm not sure which one you're referring to.
The Darkness. I believe in a thing called love. Like, do you not remember that?
That
song?
didn't help at all.
But yeah. No, I'm tone deaf. I'm no help. They were kind of big for a hot second in the mid 2000s.
Gotcha. I missed that second.
Beth, I always thought The Darkness was very Queen-esque. Okay. Richie Kotzen plays lead guitar and sings. Okay, see. Thank you. Mark. Somebody just says Mark. Okay. Pantera was also one of my favorites. I agree. Rush? Question mark.
I haven't really dove into their albums. They're a little experimental for my taste, but I do like some of I like the hits. You know, I like the Tom Sawyer, everybody knows. The shit. Limelight. I like Limelight. There's the other one too. That's terrible, but it's the other big hit that you hear from them. I can't think of it. I always think of Freaks and Geeks. There was an episode where Jason Segel opens up and he's doing the drum solo for it, and he keeps making his girlfriend throw dry ice in a bucket while he's doing it. So, whatever song that is, that's a terrible little trail to send you on.
Yeah, Rush is pretty good. I like Rush. But like Cody says, they're a little proggy.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he said, the hits. Drowning Pool's second album sucked. Then they had Ryan from Soil on album 3 and 4, and they were great. If you say so. Journey? Question mark. Yes.
Yes.
Period.
Period. Exclamation.
Most overrated band to me, it's Ghost.
Guns N' Roses.
Nickelback.
I don't think anybody's rating Nickelback. They just get the teenage girls and the guys that don't listen to music that say, "What's so bad about Nickelback?"
Overrated.
Guns N' Roses is like, best of the '80s, best of the era, greatest guitarist, greatest singer, and I'm like, they made one album. Calm your tits.
Yeah.
Well, they made 3, but you never hear about the other fucking 2. You only hear about Appetite.
Maroon 5 had one okay album, and boy, are they rich.
See, that's the other thing too, is like, it's Nickelback's kind of in the same conversation as Maroon 5, where it's like, are they overrated with the rock and metal community, or are they overrated with the pop community? That
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, when I hear that, what the fuck's the dude's his name? Adam something. Who's the Maroon 5 singer?
Adam Levine.
Adam Levine. When I see news reports of Adam Levine saying that rock is dead, I just laugh my ass off.
Yeah, you're helping, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
You're not rock. Silence.
Pretty sure Let the Bodies Hit the Floor was used for the Jason X trailer. You're probably right.
That's probably why he hates it.
Even more reason why I fucking hate that movie. For sure, very tongue-in-cheek. Plus, now they have a Queen connection with their drummer being Roger Taylor's son. Journey. Yes, Journey, says Lindsay. Their first lead died of a heart attack.
Okay.
Okay. Love Journey. Love Don't Stop Believing. Wait. Audio Slave is fucking cool. Jet Li film, isn't it? Do you guys like Aerosmith? I like Aerosmith.
Oh yeah. I really wanted to go see them a couple of years ago during one of those summer tours, but I saw the ticket price for nosebleeds, and I said, I'll listen to the album.
Yeah, that was GNR here when I was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Nope. Anybody?
It cost me like $50 just to fucking look at the tickets.
Yeah, and park. You got to pay to park too.
Yeah.
What band did you latch onto as your gateway band into heavier music? It's a tie between Slipknot and System of a Down for me.
Mine was Alice Cooper. I grew up in going back to Lindsay's plug earlier, I grew up in the NSYNC era, the Backstreet Boys. I was, 8, 9 and everything when all that shit was popping off, so that was the shit when I was a kid. And then the song that broke all of that for me instantly was It's Gonna Be Me by NSYNC, because they played the video everywhere. They played the song in every fucking supermarket, store, Best Buy I walked into. It was always on the radio. That one song made me hate pop music for the rest of my life. So I was like, I'm tired of this shit. I got to listen to something else. So I picked up the Alice Cooper Classics, which is like a greatest hits album out of my dad's collection. My dad had like the rock and metal library. And I became a fan of Alice Cooper, and it was right when he dropped Brutal Planet in 2000, which was his heaviest like metal album. Like he had a little dark era there with like 2 or 3 albums. So that kind of was my gateway into Priest and Metallica and everything else. So that was my first concert, was Alice Cooper. It was my 3rd concert. So that's me.
Yeah, mine's a little fucking. I'm going to show my age here. My mom was a big Van Halen fan, a big Van Hagar fan, and took me because she had recently broken up with her boyfriend. So I had her boyfriend's ticket to a concert. I was way too young, but I got to see Alice in Chains open for Van Halen, and that was it. I was like, well, this is actually, I don't mind
That's
this.
a weird mashup.
Fuck yeah, dude! It was like 1991, I think, or something. But
so was that Hagar, or was that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was right as For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, whenever that album came out.
Okay.
And yeah, Alice in Chains opened for them, and she didn't like it, and I was like,
yeah,
what is all this
Van
about?
Halen comes out, and you're like, what is this?
Yeah, oh, they're gonna play Jump, aren't they? Okay, cool. Anybody like Coheed and Cambria? I do. Some of their stuff gets a little stretchy for me, but
I haven't listened to them. They
they're-
sound like one of the throaty bands.
no, they're proggy. They're proggy as fuck.
Okay.
Believe in the Hype, $2. Thank you. Stupefy or Schism?
I'm not well versed in Tool. Stupefy, I'm assuming you're talking about the Disturbed song.
Sure.
So by default, I have to go to that unless there's a Stupefy.
I drive a piece of shit. Isn't that Schism, right?
I don't know.
I think I'm gonna take.
Stupefy is a kick-ass song. Schism, I really am not familiar with, so I can't say.
I'm gonna take Schism, and it's really close. Foo Fighters or Nirvana?
Foo Fighters all fucking day. That's not even a concept. That's like saying you have this gourmet burger here. For me, I know people love Nirvana, but this is how it is for me. You have this gourmet burger here, and then you have the $1 flattened McDonald's thing that's been sitting there for an hour in the heat lamp. Like that's my level of fandom for those two bands. So, not shitting on Nirvana. I'm not saying that their quality sucks. Just I love Foo Fighters.
GNR sucks. Dokken or Rat?
Oh man, I'm gonna go Dokken.
What's Rat's big one? Is Rat Round and Round?
Rat's got a lot of Round and Round, Body Talk. Shit, they've got like 5 or 6 songs that I always hear.
Yeah, that's not easy.
Nobody Rides for Free. That was in Point Break, the very end of it.
Oh, that's not easy.
Rat kicks ass. Rat's a little heavier. Rat's got a little more edge, but Dokken has been more important for me growing up, like with Dream Warriors, and it is close, but I'm gonna go Dokken.
I'll take Rat just for in my dreams. It's a little soft, but that fucking Round and Round I can Rat barely. Lit was pretty good. Rat. Jeepers Creepers trailer had Disturbed in that trailer. Danzig? Question mark. Mother.
Yeah.
Wait. I got all fucked up. Well,
Anthony
pop
Wall's
music.
Fastway is good. Absolutely. I have the album right up there. The soundtrack that he's talking about. Can you even see it on camera?
Oh yeah, look at that. And Lindsay says, "Well, pop music and I hate you too."
Cool.
Not as cool. Alice Cooper has a great catalog of music. Alice Cooper is one of those ones that I'm in and out on.
Yeah, me too. Actually, as much as a fan as I was, he kind of went back to the shock rock sound, which he kind of got famous with, and it didn't have the appeal to me that his heavier era did. So I have kind of been in and out.
Sky says, as a pop fan, I feel called out. No need to feel called out. Cody to cashier. Guess who your next customer is? Cashier with a strange look. Cody replies, it's gonna be me.
Never.
Dad jokes. You one night in the hole. Wow, so you got to see Alice with Lane, CP. That's fucking awesome. Yeah, I was too young to appreciate it, though. That was my introduction to the band, and it was just dumb luck, too.
My dad saw Alice in Chains after he had died, where they were just basically touring, and Cantrell was doing all the vocals. He got to see them open for Metallica.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's a good lineup.
Yeah.
My mom went to see Danzig Fest 95 when she was pregnant with me. Korn and Marilyn Manson were up and coming, and she got a belly rub from Marilyn Manson. Lane Staley pierced her cartilage at the Lala previous year.
Interesting. Your mom sounds awesome.
Yeah, your mom. Yeah. Let's sit her down and get some stories from her. Shit. As a teen in the 90s, I wasn't listening to contemporary music. I was engrossed in 50s through 80s music.
Wow.
20 years later, not much has changed. Halford's Fight, Kiss Ass. Halford's Fight, Kiss Ass. Or maybe Kicks Ass?
I don't know.
Rob Halford?
Yeah, Rob Halford. I just don't understand the rest of the sentence. Yeah. I don't know if we're just throwing out words.
Did you have a stroke towards the end? Because those words. Oh, live in the hype, $2. Thank you. More Human Than Human or Thunder Kiss 65? Ooh.
Thunder Kiss.
I'm Thunder Kiss. I'm with you. Thunder Kiss. Favorite AC/DC song? Ooh. Thunderstruck.
See, that's hard because AC/DC is one of those bands that I love, but they are also a victim to that overplayed shit. So you can't turn on the radio without every 8th song being Highway to Hell or Back in Black.
Oh, Back in Black I'm done with. Like I could never hear that again.
Damn, that's hard. I'm gonna go outside the box for the moment and say Shoot to Thrill.
Wow.
Thunderstruck is great, but that's like third in the line of songs that I'm tired of hearing by AC/DC. Actually, it's fourth. Third is You Shook Me All Night Long. But Shoot to Thrill's great. Whole Lot of Rosie's great if you get a good stereo to hear it on.
Yeah, Whole Lot of Rosie's really good. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm full of shit. My favorite AC/DC
You are full
song.
of shit.
Yes, For Those About to Rock. That's my favorite AC/DC song. Even without the overplayed shit, that's the one that I've always loved.
Okay. I want to find that. I want to find that Dream Warrior soundtrack on vinyl. What, that one? What, do you mean that one? Name your price.
I touched it.
Name your price. Nobody rides for free. Whoa.
Nobody rides for free.
Okay. Do you guys like Clearwater Creedence?
Creedence Clearwater Revival?
Yeah, that's why
I do.
Yeah. Sweet. You like Scorpion? Do you mean Scorpions?
Yeah, he's one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters. So no. Yeah, I like Scorpions. I haven't dove into their catalog as much, but I kind of grew up listening to Scorpions here and there.
Yeah. Don't watch what the Lords of Chaos and be a Scorpions fan. That's a big.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you watched the movie. I forgot. You watched it. You just didn't review it.
Yeah, I refused. Yeah. I was like, nah, I don't need that drama in my life. Oh, my life is drama free for the moment.
Looking back, what would you rather, that video or August?
Yeah.
What was the last live show you saw? Mine was Guns N' Roses with Volbeat and the Dead Daisies opening. Well, Cody just said it. Really, just saw it.
Yep. But Thursday night was Queen and Anna Lambert in Atlanta, and they didn't have an opening band. That was fucking awesome. We got there. Yeah, they said 8 usually they say doors open at a time, but it just said 8 o'clock. And I'm like, so does that mean doors open at 8? The show starts at 8? So we got there at 7-ish, had to wait a while. They started at 8:30, and it was Queen. I was like, this is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Mine was that late '90s. I have a spinal condition. I had spinal surgery. Was that Limp Bizkit opening for the Deftones in the late '90s, which was weird because Limp Bizkit became a way bigger deal than the Deftones. So when I say that to people, they're like, "Wait, what? Limp Bizkit opened for the Deftones?" And it's like,
you haven't been to a concert since the '90s?
Yeah, yeah. I
physically can't do it, or
I can. I'd have to go to a concert where like I can sit.
Oh.
Which is, what kind of concert is that? I mean, like I thought about it when the big four were coming to stadiums over here, when it was Metallica, Megadeth, Slayer, and Anthrax. I was like, that might be worth it, because I just get like a shitty seat and sit like the asshole, but because concerts are like it's such a weird experience to just sit and be like, yeah, it's not Kenny G that I listen to, so it's been a while. It's been a while for me. Plus, I don't like people.
I don't either, but people can fuck off. I'm here to see some music. I have no problem telling people I'm not here for you. Fuck off with your girly drink.
Next stream on Willie. Groupie confessions. Oh, I don't have. I have a groupie confession from when I was doing stand-up, and it's the only time I ever felt like a fucking weirdo. I did a set in Ohio. This is we'll give about a 15-minute warning, Cody. We'll wrap this up at about 8:25.
Yeah.
Two unthin women came up to me after the show. Now, keep in mind, when I performed, I was I was the opening act. I was the guy you saw before the guy you came to see. So I was a nobody. I am a nobody. There's all that. I did my set, and afterwards, because it was in between two shows, two
husky
healthy women came up to me afterwards and said, "Do you mind posing with us in a picture?" And I'm like, "Sure." And she's like, "Wait, get a marker to sign our tits." And I was like, I'm not doing that because there's way too much canvas to work with.
C P Patterson.
Okay, now here's the country I'm from, and no, so mindless story, but
yeah.
She was at Guns N' Roses riot in St. Louis in 1990. Oh, that one? There's a lot of Guns N' Roses riots. Montreal, they fucked shit up too. That's your mom sounds pretty fucking badass. When she was 15, shit.
Yikes.
You just want AC/DC, just watch Maximum Overdrive.
What I've heard.
Prince or Michael Jackson's catalog?
Probably Michael Jackson. I've never really listened to much Prince.
Yeah.
I'm not overly crazy about either one of them, but Michael Jackson, certainly the songs are a little more timeless.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, I agree. And watching Purple Rain, I'm like, ugh, this is just a fucking album. It's just an album with pictures. Stephen Pearcy doing Whole Lotta Rosie's good.
I'm sure.
I am unfamiliar. Best soundtrack for any movie in the big three slashers. Cody, go ahead. Do you want to show it again, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Nightmare 3. I don't think there's much argument from many people.
No.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like if I could even name 5 soundtracks from the big three where I'd be like, oh yeah, definitely got to put that in there.
Dream Warriors. See, I don't know about whole soundtracks because there's really just one song in any of the ones we're going to name that's like the standout. You got Dream Warriors from 3. You've got Man Behind the Mask for Jason.
Jason Lives. How could I forget that? Yeah.
You've got Halloween. I think really the only one is Part 6. I can't remember the song. It's like a 90s grunge song, but it's on the tip of my tongue. And then Freddy's Dead, there's a song that everybody loves that they always defend the movie with. Well, it's got that one song in it. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about the movie.
Listen to it if you want.
Yeah,
I'm not wasting 90 minutes for that shit.
Exactly. So those are pretty much the only ones I can think of. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
People talk about the fourth Nightmare on Elm Street where, what's her face? The chick that stepped in for Patricia Arquette sung a song that the movie opens with.
Right.
Tuesday Night. But yeah, if I'm picking off just like the songs off of those, I'm going with Dream Warriors. I like Dream Warriors a little bit more than The Man Behind the Mask.
Yeah, I forgot it. Well, Man Behind the Mask is like either 2 or 3 songs. Frankenstein is one of them.
Feed My Frankenstein. Yeah, that's an Alice Cooper centric.
No, it's not Feed My Frankenstein. That's from Wayne's World. Teenage Frankenstein.
Yeah,
that's the song. And if there's a third one, then that's it. Hard Rock Summer. Those are the 3 songs from Jason Lives. That's not really a soundtrack. That's one side of a record, at best. But if other people are going to argue different soundtracks, I'll buy tickets to that argument because best 2000s rock band.
Stained.
Whew.
It would be a hard race.
Alter Bridge existed back then.
Huh?
Alter Bridge existed back then, no?
Alter Bridge? No, they started in like 2004, 2005.
That's 2000s?
When I think 2000s band, I think of like the what they call the new
90
metal.
layover? Okay.
Yeah, Alter Bridge started then, but I don't consider their sound like a 2000s band, so technically you're right. But Stained, Godsmack, Disturbed, they were like part of a movement, you know what I mean? So Stained and Godsmack would have been the debate for me, and I probably would have been a hard debate prior to Godsmack's previous album. But now Stained is pulled ahead pretty heavily after the release of When Legends Rise. So.
Yeah, I'm a big Deftones guy, but what my least favorite portion of Deftones albums are the 2000s. I like their 90s stuff. I like their 2010s stuff.
Yeah.
Their 2000 stuff is okay for me. Fuck. I might say Stained as well. If
Stained is really fucking good, man. Like people don't really realize you listen to all of their music, not just the hits. They've got damn good music. Like there's not a single album that they've released that's bad, mediocre, nothing. It's just the stuff that they've released on the radio is not highlighting their best work. And I doubt that they chose a lot of those songs. Like everybody knows Outside, everybody knows It's Been a While, and those are among my favorites. But you listen to like 14 Shades of Grey, that's got a lot of kick-ass songs that are very kind of experimental in there. You get into like Chapter 5, that's a badass album. Their most recent album from like fucking 8 or 9 years ago, their self-titled album, that's the heaviest shit they've ever put out. Like that was them. That was literally Aaron Lewis getting tired of people saying like Stain's radio or whatever. He was like, all right, fuck it. And he released that album. That album kicks you in the balls for like 10 songs.
That first album, which was late 90s, that was there are very few albums where I could just throw it on start to finish and not really think about skipping. That black one, was it Brick? No, it's not Brick to Cycle. The black one with like the clown on the cover.
Dysfunction, I think.
Yes. That album, start to finish, is flawless to me. I quite enjoy that album, but that's the '90s. But still, they're called Twice. One of the members is my channel icon. Shit. Who did you see? Okay, I see. Stone Sour or Godsmack, if you had to choose one or the other.
Stone Sour. I love Godsmack, dude. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like I fucking love Godsmack, but I've grown a little bit frustrated with how they've went lately because they're pretty openly saying that they're trying to go radio and they're trying to go where the money is. And that frustrates me because that's where you get bands like Nickelback where they say, well, this sells, fuck Integrity. And Godsmack, to me, like, I love the sound of their first 3 albums. I think Faceless is their best album, and they've gone away from that sound a little bit and been a little bit more hard rock and a little bit less metal edge that they had for a while there. So I don't think they've released a bad album until When Legends Rise. So I still like what they're doing up until that, but I'm really afraid for the future of Godsmack, because every time you read a fucking article now, they're like, it's our best work, it's our best album, we're the most proud of it, we've had the most hit singles. I'm like, that last one. yeah. So
all I needed to know.
Yeah, where if you have Stone Sour, I wasn't crazy about their most recent album where they got really experimental Hydrograd, but I still liked it. But I respected the fact that they were trying something different. It wasn't them like appealing to what sold. They were just trying to do different genres. But yeah, they've not released anything but great stuff. House of Golden Bones Part 1 and 2. If you haven't listened to those, that's the best concept album and the best like double album that I've ever heard.
CP, you're a comic. That's fucking cool. Thanks. Hopefully that comes through every now and again. Otherwise, I'm not doing a good job. Yikes! Hey, CP and Cody, I know this isn't music related, but are you aware the trailer for Breaking Bad Netflix movie just dropped? Yes, Cody brought it up earlier. I don't know, Cody, are you doing something reaction related?
It's like a minute long, so probably not. I'll do it when there's like a full on trailer. This is probably just a tease. I think they just finished shooting, so it's probably one scene.
Yeah, I'm excited. We heard like literally as we were talking. Jason Lives has an amazing soundtrack. Freddy vs. Jason had a good soundtrack. It did, but not.
I would argue that Bride of Chucky had a better soundtrack than Freddy vs. Jason.
2 statements down, Bride of Chucky. That's not a big 3, but yes, Bride of Chucky was with Dio in fucking
Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
It had Judas Priest from the Ripper era. It had Rob Zombie. That's a kick-ass soundtrack. Freddy vs. Jason's a little bit too new metal for me. Bands that kind of came and went, but it was a good soundtrack. But Bride of Chucky's like bands that are still around kicking ass.
Halloween 6 Fools Shine
That's
On.
That's it.
Dark Side of the Night from Jason Takes Manhattan is phenomenal.
That's the other one I hear. Like, it's not a terrible movie. It's got Dark Side of the Night on it. I'm like, I don't care. But
that's wow. Yeah. The first part of the sentence is Darkest Side of the Night, and then the second part of the sentence is Jason Takes Manhattan. Thank you, No. All right, so everybody's talking about Part 6, Halloween 6. I love Mud Shovel by Stained. Red Hot Chili Peppers. I can give or take them, to be honest.
Yeah. I like a couple songs, but yeah, they're not a band that I like whole albums for or anything.
9 Inch Nails, we talked about that before. Yes. So. First Stained album was Tormented. Dennis with the actually.
I didn't say it as a definitive statement. I said it like I was confused and I was throwing it out. So there you go.
Dennis had time to Google.
Yeah.
Ugly Kid Joe was fun. Yeah. I hate everything about you, the only song I know of theirs. And that was from Wayne's World. Not to sound like a pothead, but does anyone genuinely enjoy Sublime? Because I do.
Not for me. They're
like, what, 2 albums? That's another band that...
Santeria is as far as my knowledge goes.
Ditto. Stone Sour's debut album... What? Stone Sour's debut album is sacred to me. Love it to death. Okay.
All their albums are really good. It's Stone Sour's... Their debut is probably my least favorite, which tells you how good the other ones are.
I'm trying to think of the song,
Bother?
No,
the one everybody knows.
It's on that album, but I dig it more than anything else. Fuck, it's gonna bother me. I'll remember it in 4 days. But there's a track that wasn't a single, but I really dig it from that first Stone Sour album. Do you guys like Frailty?
The movie? I love it.
Yeah. You ever heard of Green Jelly? Yes.
Oh, was that the fucking... Three Little Pigs or
Yeah,
whatever.
that is exactly them.
What the hell am I trying
They
I
also
heard
have
that randomly one time when I was playing a random playlist at work, and I tried to listen to it, and I got halfway through, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And like everyone's just looking at me like, "God damn it, Cody! If you don't change it."
They have a song in Dumb and Dumber too. The bear went over the mountain. That's Green Jelly. Green Jelly has a song in Dumb and Dumber as well. I don't know
Weird.
if many people know that. Brainstorm and Shock 'em Dead is good. I got tormented, so fuck Google. All right, Dennis. No need for the caps. Let's put the caps lock away. Led Zeppelin or Black Sabbath? Ooh,
Black Sabbath.
Led Zeppelin. CP and Cody, have you heard of Brothers of Metal? Sorry about the typo earlier. No need to apologize. I have not. But that'll be the name of our next stream. No. It's not music related, but you guys made my birthday much better. Oh, thank you. Happy birthday. Inhale.
That's the name of the track. I think he's trying to guess. There's a song called "Inhale" on that album.
Fucking Cody, tell me a story. I'm gonna look it up and fucking find it because.
Well, speaking of birthdays, there's another birthday today, and it's my channel. My channel turned 3 years old today.
Aw, happy birthday!
I actually kind of forgot until you posted your thing where you guys were trying to get me to 1.5 on my first anniversary. I was like, oh shit, that's today.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
You little baby, you.
I know, right? So 3 years old today, and I'm going to try my best to get that Psycho 2 review out tonight. If nothing else, it'll be tomorrow morning. But yeah, I should have done a video like celebrating it, but I totally forgot. Life got in the way. So
is it Monolith?
I don't know, dude.
I think it's Monolith.
There's a lot of songs on there that I'm like, yep, that's on that album, but I don't know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. Where he kind of hums over the breakdown, the dun 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 dun. I hate doing this. I think it's Monolith. Thank you for buying me time and making me look like a fucking Momo just trying to hum a stupid song. Crash Test Dummies, one song. CP, are you taking a number on Inhale? Are you
Take a Number is probably my favorite from that album.
Yeah. No, I think it's Monolith. Karaoke night, yay! Whitechapel was my whole teenagehood. All right, guys, this is the 2-minute warning. And I know I'm catching up. I apologize. Crow, original motion picture soundtrack. No, just regular steals with DVDs trashed, replaced with 4K discs. Shit, I'm so far behind. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, caps lock. Okay. Explain how Black Sabbath is better than Led Zeppelin, Cody.
Metal fan. Next.
Look up Yggdrasil by Brothers of Metal on YouTube. Also check out Totem by The Who. Okay. Happy birthday, Cody Leach's YouTube channel. It's also Vince McMahon's birthday. Oh.
I share a birthday with Rob Zombie and Howard Stern. Interesting little combo.
Monolith's a beautiful song, track 6. CP is at a song where he starts out with "Seed, gotta let it grow." I don't know the lyrics. I just.
CP's gonna listen to the whole album after we're done, and he's gonna shout it out next tomorrow, like it's this one. Or we're like, the fuck? Oh yeah.
That. The Moody Blues. I don't know. Cody, Moody Blues. What about Man with Itchy Ass Wake Up with Smelly Finger? Welcome back, Manhammer. Thank you. See y'all guys later. Happy channel anniversary.
Bigger than a mouse's.
Thank you, Sky. Old Lincoln Park. You like Old Lincoln Park?
Casual.
Okay.
Casual fan.
And we're caught up. So, Cody, why don't you tell us, President of the USA, fuck you, kitty. All
cool.
Right, and that is the last thing we will read. Cody, what you got on that small channel of yours that needed help getting the 1.5K 2 years ago?
I got Psycho 2 that is all edited. I just have to get video footage from the movie to put in there. So I'm going to try to get that done tonight. So Psycho 2 is either going to drop in a couple hours or tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning is probably your safer bet. After that, I've got I'm doing a collab with Sean Chandler where we're going to review all of the Rambo movies leading up to Rambo Last Blood, and then we will transition from that into reviewing all the Terminator films. So kind of a 1-2 punch there. So First Blood will be dropping Tuesday for both of us. I have to get that shit done. He actually reminded me today. I was like, oh yeah, crap. But then Psycho 3, Psycho 4, the remake, a ranking. We're going to do a compendium. Me, him, and Brian. If we don't do it with Brian, we'll hear about it for the rest of our careers.
Yeah.
At some point, which I'm not putting a date on it, we're going to do a stream together and get the band back together, hopefully with Lindsay. She's going to be the hardest one to get a good schedule with because she's got a young one.
Yeah,
so,
some issues, too, on top of that. So
exactly.
There's stuff to juggle over there.
Yeah, and she's kind of social media dark at the moment with everything going on, so it might be a while before she wants to be back in the limelight again, which is understood. Beyond that, that's really the main thing. It's just kind of it's going to be some franchise reviews for most of the rest of the year leading up to 31 on 31.
Which I dropped a bit of information, but I think we'll have some sort of announcement as to another piece of the puzzle whenever we do the Psycho thing, right?
We've got 3 more franchises to announce. Pretty sure.
Don't give that much
2
detail
more,
out.
4 more.
We've got 17 more franchises. There's 11 movies left, and there's 17 franchises left.
I announced 2. You announced
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay. Well, I won't say how
Psycho.
many is left then. I might have been wrong. But yeah.
Wait, what's the?
You released
Child's Play.
Yeah.
Child's
So
Play, Texas Chainsaw.
We've released 3 so far. Okay,
Yeah.
so we have 3 pieces of the puzzle. How big the puzzle is up for everybody to speculate.
Yeah.
But we'll get something going soon.
Yeah.
We'll get some more stuff out. We kind of slowed down in the trailers. We were trying to divide the labor up amongst the 5 of us, and now that's probably going to be with the 2 of us. So
and suddenly it's only 2 months plus away, which is I gotta get moving. Like I waited. Like I'll steam through Psycho. That'll be easy for me. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre I've been holding off, and that's gonna be hard.
Yeah, there's only really one of the franchises we're doing that has yet to be announced that I need to refresh myself on. I'm pretty solid in my opinions on the other ones, but a refresh doesn't hurt.
Yep. And Emily and I will be doing The Gate, her first experience. I'm well aware of it on full live commentary. All right. Well, with Cody's house melting down, we'll say goodnight. Good night, everybody.
Peace.